Did you know that ignoring a woman can be really effective? A pickup artist may have told you that keeping your distance from a woman makes her like you more. Do you mean to say that's the truth? Providing you follow the proper procedures, the answer is yes. You can miss out on some great opportunities if you approach women the wrong way. There's no denying that neglecting a woman can do wonders for her attention. Additionally, she may develop a lifelong hatred for you as a result. Now that we've established that, let me be really clear. You're about to learn the wrong way to ignore a woman psychologically. In that case, what are the two biggest mistakes? First, you should not ignore her. Let's say you meet a woman for the first time at a party. The girl may be attractive, but outside of the normative greeting, you should not show too much interest. If she says hi and how are you doing, and you choose to disregard her, then the sentence ends. Would that make her curious about you? No, and I'll explain why. If you try to talk to her, she will ignore you. It is understandable that she would ignore you first if you did the same. So if you ignore her, she ignores you right back, and there's never any kind of attraction between you two. Inappropriate treatment of a woman begins with that. This is the second flawed strategy. Whenever she expresses interest in you, and you ignore her, let's say you didn't pass up the chance to strike up a conversation with the party's eye candy, and instead did so, laughing it up and discovering some shared interests. If she likes you, she may ask for your number or at least smile at you and brush her hair out of the way. After coming to the conclusion that she has feelings for you as well, is it best to cool down and establish some emotional distance? It would be a huge mistake to ignore her at this time. Consider this. Women are less likely to express their devotion to men they aren't dating. Of course she can. She's doing it to protect their honor. If word got out that she was secretly trying to make a guy like her, people would judge her as promiscuous. When others have the impression that a woman is carefree, rumors about her spread. Given this, it's not very safe for a lady to show you her early interest. Neglecting her at this time is like pouring a pail of water on a fire. Therefore, she risks a great deal by admitting she likes you. You make it seem as though you don't want her, and she will forever hold that against you. When I said that if you approach women in the wrong way, you'll miss out on some great opportunities, this is exactly what I had in mind. This begs the obvious follow-up question. How should a lady be ignored? That's what people mean when they talk about people's interests reaching a pinnacle. You're about to learn how to make a lady addicted to you, and not just physically. It would be great if you could ignore women and still have them cling to you, right? Absolutely. Hopefully, I've piqued your interest enough that you want me to elaborate. Only a mind control device can decode the complex psychology of ignoring a woman. Let me explain how it works. First, you get her heart racing by showering her with just enough attention or affection to make her melt. Suppose, for the sake of argument, that you strike up a conversation with a lovely lady you met at the party. When you tell her that you share a few interests with her, she's overjoyed, and you tell her that you love her too, suggesting that you two hang out later. She gave you her number and then left. You should ignore her for approximately a week, or until she contacts you first, which goes counter to the advice of most pickup artists, who would tell you to call her up the next day. You then make another attempt to move the relationship further by expressing interest. For example, on a date with her, you'll want to make sure you and she have a good time. You neglect her for nearly a week after the date, and then you surprise her with something romantic. Although it may seem reasonable at first glance, there is likely to be extensive mind control at work. Curiosity piqued, as the name suggests, piqued her interest. On the days you'd like her to forget about you, you completely ignore her. She is left wondering if she will ever again have such a great time with you. She's becoming increasingly eager to spend time with you. She'll be more attracted to you if she regularly thinks about you and if she has a good time when she's with you. The more you make her wait in between dates, the more she will miss you and want to see you. Congratulations! If that happens, it's because you've succeeded in making her fall in love with you by ignoring her. Now that interest piquing has proven its efficacy, its flaws are easy to see. In particular, it usually takes a few weeks or more before any noticeable results are seen. Moreover, You need to be an expert in setting up pleasurable dates. The challenge may be greater for you. As a result, allow me to pose the following question. Is it even possible to make her feel attracted to you right now? In a word, yeah, the mind control fractionation technique is also used. The definition of fractionation has been elusive. Put bluntly, it's a specific kind of storytelling whose sole purpose is to put a woman through a whirlwind of intense feelings. There's an issue in women's thought processes that's causing all of this. Every woman is vulnerable to the ups and downs of her emotional life and often becomes dependent on these emotional roller coasters. As her emotions fluctuate more and more, she comes to rely more and more on you. This is where fractionation's tremendous power comes from. By focusing on the right stories at the same moment, you might experience multiple ups and downs in a short amount of time, and she might come to rely on you excessively.